The sun hadn't even burned the morning mist off the hills when Karen struck again. It started with a letter, a bright pink envelope taped to my ranch gate, printed in bold all caps. Your property does not meet community occupancy standards. Please remedy immediately. I stood there squinting at it, coffee in hand, wondering what in the world an occupancy standard was supposed to mean for a 200-acre cattle ranch. When I called the number listed at the bottom, guess who picked up? Karen. "Oh, hello," she said in her overly sweet voice. "We've received multiple complaints that your ranch looks empty." "Empty?" I asked. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Well, there's no permanent structures visible from the main road," she said. "It looks uninhabited, and that lowers neighborhood appeal." I laughed out loud. "Karen, I live half a mile up the hill. You just can't see my house from the road." "Be that as it may," she said, "until the HOA board approves your residential visibility status, the property is classified as vacant land. Therefore, community members are allowed temporary use." "Temporary use?" I repeated. "You mean trespassing?" "Oh, no, she said cheerfully. "Community partnership." 2 days later, I came home from town and stopped dead in the middle of my driveway. There it was, a 35-foot RV, bright white, gold stripes, satellite dish on top, parked right in front of my barn. A pink flamingo lawn ornament stood proudly next to it. Karen herself was sitting outside in a folding chair, sipping iced tea like she'd just checked into a resort. I parked my truck, got out, and said the only logical thing that came to mind. "You have got to be kidding me." She smiled. "The HOA approved my stay. Since your property is vacant, I thought I'd help make it look more lived in." I blinked. "You parked an RV on my ranch without permission?" "It's temporary," she said. "Just until we get your land up to aesthetic code." I took a deep breath. "Karen, you've got 10 minutes to move this thing or I'm calling a tow truck." Her smile dropped. "You wouldn't dare." I pulled out my phone. "Watch me." Took the tow truck 1 hour to arrive. By that time, half the HOA had shown up, lawn chairs and all, treating it like a tailgate party. When the tow operator asked, "This yours?" I said, "Nope. Unauthorized vehicle on private property." Karen jumped up. "You can't tow me. I'm the HOA president." The operator shrugged. "You're also trespassing." He hooked her RV and started to pull it toward the road. Karen ran alongside, shouting into her phone, "I'm calling the police." "Please do," I said. "They'll be interested to know how your HOA authorizes people to park on land they don't own." 10 minutes later, a sheriff's cruiser rolled up. The same deputy who handled her last nonsense, Ruiz, stepped out, looking tired already. "What's going on this time?" Karen pointed at me. "He's stealing my RV." Ruiz looked at her, then at the tow truck, then at me. "Same property line dispute?" "Same one," I said. "Except now she's camping." Ruiz sighed. "Karen, we've talked about this. This is his land. You can't occupy it." "But his property is too empty," she yelled. "It's an eyesore." Ruiz pinched the bridge of his nose. "Ma'am, that's not a crime, but trespassing is." She huffed. "I'm reporting this to the county board." Ruiz smirked. "Good. Maybe they'll tow you too." By the time the RV hit the main road, Karen was fuming. She had to follow it to the impound lot on foot because the tow driver refused to let her ride along. The HOA tried to fine me for disrupting neighborhood harmony. So I sent them an invoice, $1,200 for unauthorized land use and cleanup, itemized, notarized, and CC'd to the sheriff's department. They didn't respond, but the HOA meetings stopped mentioning me after that. A month later, I saw Karen at the gas station. She glared at me over the pump handle. "You made quite the scene," she said coldly. I smiled. "That's what happens when people park on private property. You embarrassed the board." "Good," I said. "Maybe next time you'll knock before moving in." Now, when I drive past my front gate, it's peaceful again. Just grass, cattle, and sky. And whenever I see an RV on the highway, I can't help but grin. Because somewhere out there, Karen's still paying storage fees on the one she tried to beautify my ranch with. Turns out, her temporary stay became a permanent tow.